just finished watching Fate Zero Season 2, Episode 3. And I have to say, this was a really engaging episode thanks to certain interesting and also very shocking moments. And not to mention that Saber and Kiritsugu have a fairly interesting, conversation about a certain topic, which I will try to cover, though I don't know if I'll do it well. The part that really, shocked me the most right off the bat was Sola, getting her arm cut off, the arm with the command seals and stuff, and it just came out of nowhere and stuff. Maya just comes in, cuts her arm off, and I didn't expect it in the least. Like, it just, wow. Like, when it happened, I just couldn't believe or something that happened just now, and it happened really fast. So yeah, there was that unexpected scene right there. Though in a surprising turn of events, we then see Kenneth approach the church and pleads that he, gets command seals to control Lancer once again and get back into the Holy Grail War. Which he does after explaining that, since he made a contract with Lancer in his own name, he is still technically Lancer's master. After this happens, however, Kenneth apparently shoots Rise Kotomine, who was, the father, dude who's supposed to look after the Holy Grail War. That part surprised me as well. And then after Lancer gets scolded for not protecting Sola, we then see Saber and Lancer, meeting each other and are pretty much ready to battle. So Lancer and Saber fight, and then here comes the most interesting part of the episode, and it comes almost near the end. Kiritsugu comes out of nowhere and presents Kenneth with a scroll called the Self-Gios Scroll. And what it does is that it makes a contract that affects the affected party not to kill the other. So thus, Kiritsugu is pretty much, saying that he will not kill Kenneth if he follows one condition. And that condition really surprised the crap out of me because it literally just happened in a flash. And that condition is to command your servant to commit suicide. So yeah, in order for Kenneth to, keep on living, he had to, command Lancer to commit suicide. Like I said, it just came out of nowhere and it just surprised the crap out of me. It gave me a reaction, that's for sure. After Lancer gets really pissed off that Kenneth would actually do such a thing, then, die. And this was also a shocker, and man, this episode had a lot of shockers. Although Kiritsugu cannot kill Kenneth, that doesn't mean Maya can't. And that's exactly what happens. Maya is at a long-range area with a sniper rifle, and she shoots Kenneth while he's out in the open, while he's in a wheelchair, and that scene just got mixed feelings. Although I was excited because it just came out of nowhere, and it's like, and I'm a sucker for, this kind of thing, so I was like, whoa, with a reaction like that. At the same time, I also felt a little bad for him. It's obvious that he had feelings for Sola, and well, damn, him getting shot like that, and, both of them ending up dead, it's just, it's kind of depressing if you kind of think about it. Saber and Irisville are pretty much disgusted at what Kiritsugu just did. And this leads to probably another interesting part about this episode, and it's a part that I, mentioned a little earlier. They both kind of discuss their views about, waging war on a battlefield, and, well, let's just say that they both have very conflicting views on it. Saber believes that killing others should have some sort of law and, honor, while Kiritsugu is, well, a killer. He does whatever it takes to kill whatever his target is, just so he can get the Holy Grail and fulfill his own version of saving the world. It's a kind of a hard scene to talk about because it involves the subject of human nature, and that there is a part of him that seeks justice, even if it means killing people to meet that goal. So it's a fairly complicated scene, and a scene that definitely grabbed my attention. Saber wants to fight with the honor of a knight, while Kiritsugu wants to kill to meet his own brand of justice. At least that's what I got out of it. Maybe I'm misinterpreting everything. And the episode ends with Iris Veal collapsing, which could mean that something is terribly, terribly wrong with her. All I have to say is that this episode was really good. However, it was also pretty complicated to talk about. A very interesting episode of this series, and it really, surprised me. But this could also be the most complicated episode I've ever tried to talk about. Mainly because, well, aside from me not being that good at explaining and interpreting to begin with, this also had a bunch of stuff that, well, I'm just not really all that good at talking about. But those parts are what made this episode so engaging and interesting that it proved to be a really great change of pace from the action we've experienced from the last 2 episodes. When Fate Zero isn't engaging you with its action, it's engaging you with its dialogue, its character interaction, its story, etc., etc. And that's what really appeals to me about this anime. Fate Zero has been really good stuff so far.